Now on 12, a frantic search for a little girl now over as police say she was taken by her father in the Bronx after allegedly stabbing the girl's mother. Also, new details in a 5-alarm fire in Morris Heights. We'll tell you what officials say started it. This is News 12 The Bronx.
As local news gets, News 12 The Bronx.
And thanks for joining us here on News 12 The Bronx. I'm Kelsey. An Amber Alert for a missing Bronx girl is over and the child is safe tonight. It all started when police say the child's father stabbed the mother and took off with the toddler heading for New Jersey. News 12 The Bronx reporter Rena Roy joins us from the scene of the stabbing on Perry Avenue in Bedford Park with the latest. Rena? Now to a story you saw first on 12. We are learning what started a 5-alarm fire in Morris Heights. This as fire investigators have arrested and charged one of the workers for igniting the flames, which destroyed several apartments and left dozens others homeless. News 12 The Bronx reporter Ray Raimondi has the latest from Montgomery Avenue. All right, Ray, the fire department has identified the suspect as Sam Paran Singh. Investigators say he allegedly used a torch while doing roof repairs. He's charged with reckless endangerment of property. News 12 did reach out to the landlord of the building for comment. When we will let you know when we hear back. I'm Kelsey. More of your hyperlocal headlines coming up in just 2 minutes. Also, Daryl Green will be back with more of your weather on the 2s. This is News 12 The Bronx, and we are as local news gets. Time for weather on the 2s now, and Daryl Green is joining us back to talk rain and the potential for some sun later, maybe.
Yeah, a couple of days ago before that happens.
Some good news coming out of Puerto Rico. The Commonwealth has made a payment toward reducing their debt crisis. There's no word yet on where the $355 million payment came from. The city's governor does say, though, that the government has no cash left. He signed an executive order allowing PR's Treasury Department to retain certain revenues slated for specific public agencies to help pay the debt. From the Bronx to Washington, D.C., and now California. Chef Kwame Onwuachi is cooking his way straight to the top. News 12 The Bronx reporter Natasha Geigel caught up with the Bronx-born culinary master in today's Best of the Bronx. This evening on 12, we take you to the Bronx, where a little girl is abducted, her mother stabbed. We've got the latest on their conditions. Plus, a cat that shut down subway service 2 years ago is back on the run. We sit down with the family. We'll also take a look outside for your weather on the 2s. You're watching News 12 Brooklyn.
As local news gets, News 12 Brooklyn.
And thank you for joining us here on News 12 Brooklyn. I'm Kelsey. An Amber Alert issued for a missing Bronx girl is over and the child is safe tonight. It all started when police say the child's father stabbed the mother and took off with the toddler heading for New Jersey. News 12 Brooklyn reporter Rena Roy is on the scene in the Bronx on Perry Avenue and Bedford Park with the latest. All right, time again for weather on the 2s, and Daryl Green is back with us. I think the question now, since we know the rain is here, when will it go away?
As we go through the overnight, Wednesday into Thursday.
A push for more fire safety after a deadly blaze in East Flatbush over the weekend. News 12 Brooklyn's Kenna Vernon shows us how the FDNY and a local assemblyman are teaming up to try and help keep residents safe. All right, Kenna, thank you. This takes us to our question of the day. Do you have a working smoke detector? Let us know at news12.com or channel 612. Meanwhile, tenants in Bed-Stuy are holding their noses, setting traps and picking up some unwanted guests in their apartments. They say rats are making life unbearable. An employee at the Gates Avenue building tells News 12 that the rats scattered from the basement since poison was put down, and when they die, the smell is awful. But tenants say even though management is trying to solve the problem, more needs to be done. Some say the smell makes them sick, and others don't want to be in their apartments after seeing the rodents.
The 2 I caught on my trap was as big as a cat, a small cat, kitten. And that's pretty big for a rat.
The assistant super says an exterminator comes every 2 weeks and tenants can call to have their holes sealed and the rodents removed. All right, Daryl Green is back with us, and we've been saying it all day. Rain, 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 but
That's right.
It's a good thing, right?
It's a very good thing. Once again, we're looking at rainfall deficits. We've been looking at a large deficit throughout the year now.
We went from Black Friday to Cyber Monday and to Giving Tuesday, a day when people dedicate themselves to paying it forward in their community. It's celebrated all over the world on the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So how do Brooklynites give back? We hit the streets to find out. All right, we want to hear from you as well. Just go over on Facebook, search for News 12 Brooklyn, and leave us a comment. You may even see that comment on the air. All right, Dan, thanks. And I'm Kelsey Weiner. You're watching News 12 Brooklyn. You can always find more news at news12.com. And while you're there, why not vote in our question of the day? Still have time. Have a great evening.